Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Okay, and like I told you guys in my last video when I reviewed WCW Greed 2001, yeah, I said in that video, like at the end of the video, I did say that there was another WCW related subject kind of that I was wanting to talk about that I was going to do in my next video. And so yeah, so here I am to make a video talking about that subject. And what this is about. And this isn't really about like WCW per se. This just has like this kind of like has something to do with like just other wrestling promotions that are like now like the new competitors to WWE. Like because this is really like about like AEW in particular. Yeah, because this is just like something that I've like just seen AEW doing, and yeah, and this is just something I want to talk about. Because yeah, what this is really about is just it just seems like now like whenever there's like another like wrestling company that's like trying to compete with WWE, it's like they're just like trying to follow in WCW's footsteps and really just like be like a new WCW. Yeah, and really just yeah, what this is about, as you can see by the title of the video, yeah, this is just like me really just like saying just like how just all these like other wrestling promotions that are like trying to compete with WWE, that's not really what they should be doing. Like they really shouldn't be like try to be like another WCW. Like all these other like wrestling companies out there, they should really just be like their own organization and not try to be another WCW, because yeah, that just really doesn't work. Because as like I'm sure, like, if you watch AEW, you may notice that, like, a lot of the things that they really, like, seem to be doing, they really do kind of, seem to be, like, really, just trying to do the same thing that WCW did, because, yeah, as I'm sure, like, a lot of you have, like, well, yeah, it's already happened, like, if you watch AEW, you know that, like, they have recently, signed the Big Show to the company, yeah, and just this is something that I just really have been noticing AEW has been doing for like at least over a year now, because yeah, really just I've been noticing that AEW has really just been like signing a lot of former WWE stars, because yeah, they've recently signed the Big Show, and they've just been like signing just a whole bunch of like guys that used to be in the WWE. Like, of course, they have Chris Jericho in AEW. There's Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, Matt Hardy. They have Rusev there. The Revival's there. Jack Swagger. Did I say Matt Hardy already? Yeah. The Rusev is there. Neville is there, and yeah, and of course, like they had they signed Luke Harper. Of course, like he's of course like dead now. Rest in peace. Yeah, and they also even like have Sting in there. Yeah. And of course, like also, Jr. is now with AEW as well. Jr. is like one of the commentators for AEW. Yeah, so they've really just been like signing like a lot of guys that used to be in the WWE, and yeah, and that's kind of like something that TNA also did. Like, remember, like back like over 10 years ago when like TNA tried to like compete with the WWE, like they tried to be like another WCW. They were signing like guys that a lot of guys that used to be in WWE. They signed like Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy. Of course, they had Hulk Hogan there. Era RVD, the Dudley Boys. And yeah, just like a whole bunch of guys from the WWE that like TNA signed to them. And yeah, and of course, like just TNA just really did try to be another WCW. Like, remember, like when they tried to move Impact to Monday nights to try to like compete with Raw to have another Monday Night War, but that failed. Yeah. So yeah, and so yeah, TNA was really just like trying to really was like trying to be another WCW, but yeah, it just none of it worked for them, and yeah, they just like really ended up feeling like even like when they did like try to move Impact to Monday night, it just wasn't working. Like, yeah, just they just really couldn't compete with Raw, and then they eventually did move it back over to Thursday nights. Yeah, and TNA was really just like, it really seemed like they were trying to be another WCW, but yeah, they just really just wound up failing doing so. Yeah, and I'm really noticing a pattern. Like, AEW seems to be like going down that same route, like with signing like all these like former WWE stars. Yeah, and yeah, and of course, like the elephant in the room is that of course, like AEW, like their show Dynamite is of course like on TNT, like Nitro was. But yeah, I really don't really think that's like really trying to be like another WCW. I don't think that's like one of the factors in it. Really, just think that they just like put it on TNT to just like they were trying to find a network for it, and yeah, they got a deal with TNT somehow. So yeah, so I really don't really like consider that to be like one of their issues of trying to be another WCW. But yeah, and I'm sure that like a lot of people really do like just like bring that up, and they just really do kind of like see that like as another like WCW antic there. So yeah, so yeah, I really don't see that as like one of the factors. But yeah, a lot of people, I'm sure, that'll be like really distracting for them, seeing that how it is on TNT, like WCW Nitro was. Yeah, yeah, and just yeah, I mean, will is AEW eventually going to try to move Dynamite over to Monday night to try to compete with Raw as well? Yeah, so I just yeah, this is really just like something that like all these like new other wrestling promotions that are really like trying to compete with the WWE, like they really shouldn't like try to be their like another WCW. They should just like try to stick to their own, and try to be like just their own organizations. They really shouldn't like try to like copy what WCW tried to do, because even like with what WCW did, like they did sign like all those like a lot of the former WWE stars. And yeah, and like trying to compete with like Raw, like with the Monday Night Wars and stuff, just everything that WWE really tried to do to try to compete with the WWF, like it really just didn't work. Like at first, like it did, like of course, like with Nitro's 84-week reign in the ratings over Raw, but eventually, like just as yeah, it just eventually just like stopped working, and yeah, then like the WWF was just like doing so much better than the WCW, and yeah, and then yeah, WCW eventually just like went down under. And yeah, and when TNA tried to do it, like with everything they did, like just, but yeah, it didn't work for them, and yeah, just like like TNA's just really become like very obscure now. Yeah, just like, and yeah, and now with AEW, like with what they're like doing, like signing all these like former WWE guys. I've heard like there's even like they're kind of like in contract negotiations with Batista right now. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I don't know if that's the reason why like WWE has like pulled Batista from being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. I don't know if like that's the reason why or what, but yeah, with like W like with AEW like signing all these like former WWE stars, and just yeah, I just am like really hoping that this really does become a habit, and they really don't like try to be like another WCW like TNA tried to do. Like they should just like be AEW first and foremost. Like they really shouldn't like try to copy like what WCW did to try to compete with the WWF of during like the Monday Night War stuff. Yeah, they should really just like try to stick to being just their own organizations. Be original, do your own thing, and don't really try to copy what WCW did, because it eventually is going to wear out, and just it's and stuff like that. I really feel is really just gonna really just cause them to fail. Because yeah, fans really are not gonna be buying into it and stuff. And so yeah, so really just yeah, don't be another WCW. Just be your own organization. Be TNA. Be AEW. And just be your own organization. And don't be another WCW. Yeah, because I just really feel just yeah, trying to do that, it's just not going to work, and it's really going to fail. Like like it just needs to be like you should just be your own company. So just do that. Don't be another WCW. All right. So yeah, I know I seem to like really be repeating myself a lot by saying that, but really just that's just really how I feel about it. Yeah, like I don't want to see another WCW. I want to see just a whole new organization. So yeah, and that's just what they should be. Be a different organization, and and just be AEW. Don't be WCW. Yeah, and just if you like the originality to it is something that really is gonna help go up against the WWE. Because if you just like repeat the same stuff, like just yeah, it's just not gonna be original. And it just I really think that people will just get bored with it and they won't really like tune into it. Like they don't want to see something they've already seen before. They want to see something new. So yeah. So really just that's really how I feel about it. It just yeah. These other companies should just be either home company and stuff. So yeah. So that's my take on it. Like I just really hope that AEW really doesn't get out of hand with all these like former WWE stars signing. Yeah, I really just don't hope that like we just keep seeing all these like familiar faces from the WWE come over to AEW. I really hope that they really do like bring in like just their own talent, bring guys we haven't seen in the WWE in the organization. Like, of course they do have some, but yeah, I just really hope that they really don't make this a habit. So yeah, all right. So yeah, I really don't want to like go on for like 20 minutes talking about this. So yeah, this is so yeah. So yeah, this is just like really just how I feel about it. So yeah, so I guess this is really just all I have to say about it. Just please be your own organization. Don't copy WCW. All right. Okay. So yeah. So I guess that's all I really have to say about this. So yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what I did have to say about this. I know I kept like repeating myself a lot, saying don't be another WCW, but really just yeah, that's really just like what it is all about. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys did like enjoy what I had to say about this and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, and with that video that I've like really been like talking to you guys about, I've been like saying for like a couple months now. I've been like working on making a video. Yeah, I'm almost ready to make that video. I'm on like the last piece that I really have to do before I can really make the video. Yeah, so hopefully like that video will like come within the next week or so. Yeah, there is like something else I do want to do as well, like do like a certain big movie that's like coming up this coming week. Yeah, and you can probably guess like what movie that is. Yeah, I want to do something like regarding, well, in honor of that movie, like as well. So yeah, I don't know if like I'm really gonna make the video that I'm talking about like before I do what I am gonna do in honor of that movie, or if I'm gonna do it after. But yeah, hope it's with that video that I have like been telling you guys about. Hopefully, like I'll be making that sometime in the coming week. All right, so stay tuned for that video. Hopefully, coming up soon now. All right, but yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.